talking to you, Princess. What are you in for?
What?
I said, what are you in for?
I shot someone.
I can't hear you, Princess.
I said, I shot someone.
Yeah, I thought it was you. Recognized your face. And the girls have been talking. Popped your lover, huh? When I talk, Princess, you don't turn your back. Got it? And from now on, you better keep those eyes wide open.
Thanks, I will.
You're not the first to get rid of your old man.
I didn't mean to kill him.
Same with me, kid. I don't know why I'm here either. I mean, one day my carving knife is missing, and the next thing I know, it ends up in my old man's back. Me and you ain't so different, Princess. Well, we're stuck in here. So, I suggest you come down off that high horse. Otherwise, you're not going to last to even meet the judge.
Morning, Jamie.
Hello, Mitch. I want to see my mother.
Well, she's not here right now. If you don't believe me, you're welcome to come in and look for yourself.
I think I will.
Be my guest. I thought you knew she was staying at your grandmother's.
Well, I know that's what you've been telling people.
It's true.
Well, I think I stopped believing you a long time ago.
Well,
listen, when you see her, will you tell her that I'm looking for her?
I'd like for you to stay just a minute.
Why?
Something I want to talk to you about.
Well, I really don't have anything to say to you. Just tell her I stopped by.
I'd like to get something settled.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the money that you loaned us for the art gallery.
Now, Blaine, as I explained earlier, the arraignment is the first formal step in the trial procedure. The prosecution will present its evidence, and then we'll do the same. And once that's over, the charge against you will officially be made, and bail will be set.
You don't make it sound so bad.
Well, once that's over, Jerry and I will arrange for your bail, and you'll be out of here before you know it.
You won't be alone, Blaine. We'll both get you through this. Don't you know that you're being represented by Bay City's most distinguished law firm?
Yeah, I know. And I appreciate what both of you are doing. Just that sometimes
Blaine, I want you to remember one thing. No matter what facts are presented in that courtroom, the most important thing for us to do is to work together. And that means that you must believe in your innocence. And you must believe that we will win. Now, it's up to Jerry and I to prove that you acted in self-defense the night that Jordan was shot. But you have to show that jury that by your actions, you saved your own life against a lethal threat from Jordan Scott.
Do you think we can do it? Prove that was self-defense?
Of course we will. We know it's the truth. Now, when this trial is over, everyone will know that you never intended to murder anyone. They'll know that you were just protecting yourself against a man who would have killed you as easily as he has so many other people.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
How did Jamie sound on the phone? You with this?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Here, honey.
I don't know if he answered.
All right. Yeah? Okay. He said it wasn't important. He just wanted to talk to you, but something in his voice tells me there was more to it than that.
Okay, well, I'll give him a call. Here, hold on to that.
Okay.
Hey, pussycat.
You want to talk on the phone?
Rachel, is Jamie there?
No, Rachel, I'm sorry, he's not.
Well, do you know where I might find him?
He's already left for work. Maybe you should try him there.
Oh, all right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. No bother.
Well, she says that, okay, hungry boy. He's, left for work, so I guess I'll catch him over there later. Well, that's a good idea. Whatever was bothering him last night might still be bothering him.
Oh, Jamie, where did you go last night? Because it sure wasn't home to me.
What do you know about the money?
Rachel told me that you made us a loan for a down payment on the art gallery.
I gave the money to my mother. You didn't have anything to do with it.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're wrong. You see, things that affect her affect me now.
Well, forgive me if I have a hard time accepting that.
Well, you might. But I plan to pay you the money back as soon as possible.
No, that won't be necessary.
Look, you made us a loan. I plan to pay it back.
Look, I don't loan money to my mother. I gave it to her. I don't expect to get it back. Why don't you just stay out of it?
Because it happens to be our business now.
Look, if my mother wants to pay me back, she can. But I won't ever accept any money from you.
Well, you may not have a choice.
What does that mean?
What it means that very soon now, what's mine may be hers.
Aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself? Mom and Mac aren't even divorced yet.
No, not yet, but they will be soon. And when they are, she and I'll get married.
We'll see.
Well, I just think you ought to get used to the idea. You see, your mother is happy. She loves me.
But what she thinks is love. You see, you don't know her as well as you think. Mama's made a lot of mistakes before. She's drifted in and out of relationships. But there's only been one man who can keep a hold of her, and that's Mac Cory.
Well, not anymore.
You remember how far she went to protect him? She even shot you to keep the truth about Matthew. That's how much she didn't want to hurt him. What, do you think that kind of love dies overnight? I don't think so.
Well, Jamie, all I know is what I see. And I see that your mother is with me now. And that's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, we'll have to see about that, won't we?
I have heard the evidence in this case, and it is the opinion of this court that Blaine Ewing shall be bound over for trial in the murder of Jordan Scott. The charge is murder in the first degree. Bail is set at $300,000. Oh, Your Honor, we find that Mr. Bancroft, although bail is unusually high in this case, based on the information presented, particularly taking into account Ms. Ewing's association with the arena and other highly visible and popular entertainment facilities in Bay City, there is some concern that she may not remain in town for trial. Bail remains at $300,000. This court is adjourned.
Oh, that sounded beautiful as always.
Thank you. Tell me more. I love it.
Ah, nice job.
But you didn't come here to compliment my singing now, did you?
No. As a matter of fact, I didn't. I've come to a decision, Melissa. I'm going to tell Mac Cory that I'm his son. I've got to be completely honest with him if I'm going to ask for his protection.
Ah, well, I can't tell you how happy I am to hear you finally say that.
Just believe me, it's not something I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm going to have to tell him everything about my past. And Ilsa. I wonder how proud he's going to be of his long-lost son after that.
He'll understand.
Maybe. It's going to be hard on him at first, though. I mean, Melissa, you know, how can he not be ashamed of everything I've done in my past when I can barely face it myself?
You're doing the right thing, though. Trust me. Trust me. And once Matt Cory knows the truth, you'll be safe.
For you. Well, who knows? I mean...
1 second.
You know, maybe it's the only answer. And then maybe, again, I'm pulling in a lot of innocent people into the dangerous mess I've made of my life. Look, get the phone. We'll talk.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Hello, Melissa. It's Jerry.
It's Jerry. Well, what's happening, Jerry? What's going on?
I have been trying to reach Sandy. Do you know where he is?
Uh-huh, yeah. He's right here. Hold on a second. Jerry wants to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks, man. Jerry, hi, how you doing? What's up?
I just came from Blaine's arraignment. It didn't go very well. She was charged with first-degree murder, and bail was set at $300,000.
$300,000? Man, that's unbelievable.
Well, we knew it would be bad, but we never expected it to be this high.
How's Blaine?
She's scared, but holding up.
Look, Jerry, if there's anything I can do, give me a call, okay?
Thanks, Sandy, I will. Hey, goodbye.
Okay, buddy, later.
Now what?
Blaine's bail was set.
You mean that was $300,000?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the judge wants to keep her in jail because there's no way that Jerry's even coming up with 10% of that kind of money.
Why would Mac want to speak to Jamie?
Well, maybe it's about Pat.
About Pat?
Oh, didn't you know? Oh, well, I guess you didn't. Pat is slated to go to London, England, to oversee the European edition of Brava. She's in with Mac now. He's breaking the news. Cory Publishing has decided to base its magazine headquarters in its London office. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, she's going to be there a couple of months to watch the first 2 issues, make sure they come out all right. Maybe a little longer, but isn't it grand news?
Yes, that is. But that's a long time. I wonder who's going to be filling in for her.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's too early. That decision hasn't even been made yet.
No, I guess if it had been, you'd be the first one that Mac would confide in.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, who else? After all, I am his executive secretary.
Uh-huh. You know, I have been sole editor of the magazine once before, and I've been practically responsible for every facet of Brava. So I don't see that there'd be any question as to who Mac would replace. Oh, hello, Cecile. Pat, I understand that congratulations are in order.
I've just been telling Cecile the good news.
Well, I trust you find it interesting.
Yes, very.
I better get these down to legal.
You know, Liz is right. This is very good news.
Well, I'm surprised that you find it so.
Why? I mean, the idea of you being away from the complex for at least 2 months is the best news I've heard in a long time. You know, there's only one thing that puzzles me, though. Why you?
Well, Mac feels that I am the ideal person, Cecile. You know, you forget that I was one of the original staff members of Brava. I helped to create this magazine.
Mm-hmm. And now you feel that you're ready to take your show to London.
More importantly, Mac feels that I am.
Pat? Yes. There really is only one person in this complex who can replace you. Whatever our personal feelings are, I would hope that you'd be able to put them aside for the sake of the magazine.
Cecile, I plan to make the best recommendation possible. I'm going to select the only person that I feel can carry on while I'm away.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. You know, I think that the next couple of months are going to be the finest in Brava's history.
Why was the bail so high, Jerry?
He took into account Blaine's involvement with the arena and the connection, not to mention her relationship with Jordan. You know, they have always been suspicious of the underworld's hold on those 2 operations, and Blaine was instrumental in getting them both, plus the escort service, off the ground.
But that doesn't seem fair.
Just because Jordan's a crook doesn't mean that Blaine should have to suffer.
It's ironic. You know, Jordan could have had the whole $300,000 at his fingertips instantly. And now we can't even come up with 1/10 of that.
Look, all we can do is try, Jerry, and see what happens. If Blaine stays in jail, she stays in jail.
How can you say that, Larry?
Hey, look, she's my sister, you know? I mean, I don't want to see her shed away behind bars any more than you do. But I've got to be realistic about the situation.
There is someone that I can ask if there is absolutely no other way.
Who's that?
Kit Holloway.
Jerry, I don't think that's such a good idea.
I know, Larry. But unless the three of us can come up with some kind of miracle and fast, Kit may be the only one who can help Blaine now.
And I understand, Jess. No, that's no problem. No, sure. If that's what you want. Yeah, I'll handle everything. Yeah, I'm positive. Anything else? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll be in touch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, goodbye, Jess.
What was that all about? Jason?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want something?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, you don't look fine. As a matter of fact, you look very shaken up.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Did you want me for anything?
No. But I couldn't help overhearing who you were on the phone with. What did he say?
Well, nah, that's nothing for you to worry about, my little songbird. It's nothing I can't handle. Honestly. Let's just say that our Mr. Cooper is not a very happy man these days. Not happy at all.
Rick. What would you think if we have a party?
A party already?
Yeah, just a small one, for the members of our wedding party now that we're back in town.
I don't know if that's a very good idea.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking about Kit. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, ever since Blaine and Jerry and this whole Jordan Scott mess.
You're wondering how that's affecting Jerry and Kit?
Yeah, and I don't know what's happening with Joey right now.
Wait a minute. You don't think that Kit
I
and
don't
Joey...
know. I don't know. No, it's natural that they'd be good friends. They were married once, but anyway.
Finished that shopping list already? No, I was just thinking about Jamie. What about him? He's told Mac that he, doesn't want to be his heir. Well, what did he do that for? Number of reasons, I guess. He's had so much trouble at the complex. And now with the problems between Mac and me, it's just put him in a tougher spot. Yeah, well, he's been pretty mixed up lately. Well, it's not just that. I mean, he doesn't feel he's earned the right to succeed Mac at Cory Publishing. Well, now that's just dumb. It isn't dumb, not from his point of view. He doesn't want everything handed to him. He wants to make it on his own. I understand how he feels. I just hope that he handles it the right way. Well, don't worry, honey. Mac won't let him do anything foolish. He knows the pressure Jamie's been under. I hope you're right, because now would be a perfect time for Sandy to move in and tell Mac the truth. Rachel, that isn't fair. Sandy wouldn't do anything to deliberately hurt Jamie. Hope you're right. Do you think he resembles him? What do you mean, Mac and Sandy? Yeah. Sometimes. I wonder what his mother was really like. She was beautiful, I told you. I saw that picture of her with Mac at Sandy's apartment. Yeah, I guess she would be. Mac has good taste in women. You really think that Mac doesn't know about Sandy? No, he doesn't know about him. I think it's
It's about time he did, though.
No, not yet.
Trust Sandy, honey. He won't rush into anything.
How do you know?
Because I had a talk with him.
About what?
I told Sandy to go to Mac and tell him the truth. I told him to tell Mac that he was his son.
You did what?
I told Sandy to tell Mac that he is his son.
How could you do that to your own grandson?
I did it for Jamie's good.
Well, I don't follow the logic of that at all.
Look, we're not the only ones who know who Sandy is. Cecile and who knows how many people know that the truth about Sandy. Now, what if Jamie finds that out accidentally? I mean, I think it'd be a lot harder on Jamie if it happened that way, don't you?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But if Sandy tells Mac the truth, then Mac can talk to Jamie and explain it to him.
Well, he'd have to explain it very carefully.
Well, Mac won't do anything to hurt Jamie either.
Well, he might not be able to avoid that.
Why not?
Who really knows about Sandy? No one. No one really knows about him.
Well, we know that he's Mac's son. That's enough.
Why? Because Cecile said he was? Because Sandy showed somebody a picture of some lady that's with Mac and says that's his mother?
I believe him.
Mom, there wouldn't be the first person in the world who's claimed to be a rich man's son. I just wonder what he's after.
All that Sandy is after is to get a chance to know his father. And Mac is his father.
I just think we should wait longer.
No, honey, it's too dangerous to keep a secret like this. I mean, there are too many people now who can get hurt. Mac has to know, and he has to know soon. And that way, if Jamie finds out, it'll come from Mac and not somebody else.
I don't think so. I don't think... No matter how Mac tells him, no matter how carefully Mac tells Jamie, Jamie's going to feel threatened by this. He knows that Mac has always wanted a son.
Well, that's because Mac never had a son. He always thought of Jamie as his son. They've shared so much together. The only one who can be threatened by this is Sandy. Sandy's father is a stranger to him. Mac and Jamie have had years together.
I still say Jamie's going to be terribly hurt by this.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. Mac's the only one who can make it less painful for Jamie.
What did Jess say, Jason?
Well, now, everything's up in the air right now, Melissa. The company just needs to stall for some time until things settle down.
Did he give you any instructions?
And that's about all he did do.
Well, what does he want?
He wants the arena and the escort service shut down immediately.
I don't believe it. Now, those are the big moneymakers.
Yeah, but apparently not worth the problems they're going to create now. Jess is afraid. He's afraid that the murder investigation is only the tip of the iceberg.
How so?
If the cops dig deeply into Jordan and his affairs and, the operations here, they could break the syndicate wide open.
So they're going to lay low.
They're going to lay as low as they can get.
Did he, say anything else?
No, not much. He wants me to carry on here at the Connection and the Sporting Life until further notice.
Nothing else?
No. Just the usual necessary information. They don't offer much, you know. What's the matter, Missy?
Are you sure that he didn't say anything about me?
No, nothing.
Well, maybe Ilsa told him to keep it quiet or something.
Honey, they've got their hands full right now. They aren't thinking about anything but cleaning up after a murder.
Jason, they just don't forget anything, and they don't forget anybody.
I don't want you to worry about any of this. Nothing is going to harm you. I won't let it.
Well, but you can't protect me, Jason.
Yes.
Nobody can.
Oh, yes, I can. I will protect you. No. I promise you.
No.
Nobody is going to harm you. Come on.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, newlywed. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Let's get in.
Yeah, she'll be right out. Come on in. Marianne, here. Hi.
Hi, kid.
Oh, these are for you. Thanks, I think. Would you like to sit down?
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, you guys, I'm going to go down and do these, or I'll be there till midnight. Nice to see you, Jerry.
Yeah, bye, Marie.
Well, can I get you some coffee or a soda? Anything?
No, thank you. Kit, I have to ask you something.
What is it?
Kit, this is very hard for me.
Jerry, tell me.
Blaine was arraigned this morning. She was charged with first-degree murder.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
The judge set bail. He set it at $300,000. Kit, I would never ask this of you if there was any other way. But Larry and I have spent hours trying to come up with some way of trying to raise $30,000.
Jerry, so what you're saying is you came here to ask me to put up the money to get Blaine out of jail.
Welcome back, Princess. I missed you. How'd it go?
Not too well.
Oh, what's the matter? Judge slap your wrist?
He set bail at $300,000.
That's a lot of bread. But then you're used to big numbers.
I'm never going to get out of here.
Ah, sure you will, kid. Tomorrow morning, your banker will come and open the gates.
I don't have any money.
Oh, come off it, Princess. You be straight with me. You gotta be loaded.
No. Jordan saw to that. There's nobody that can help me now.
Yeah, well, that's true. Nobody's your friend when you need money. But I still don't buy it. I'll lay you odds that your little face will be out of here by tomorrow noon.
I'm never going to get out of here. Never.
Where's Jerry? He left. Did I tell you? Rick and I are thinking of having a party.
That's nice.
You sound just about as excited as Rick does.
I'm sorry, Marianne. My mind is elsewhere.
Jerry?
You know, I haven't seen him in several days, and the only reason he came over here was to ask me to post Blaine's bail money. You believe it?
What'd you tell him?
I told him that I'd think about it.
Why?
Why? Marianne, I think that's obvious.
But you've always said you never cared about having money, and now somebody's really in need. Besides, it's bail money. You'll get it back.
It is not the money. It's the person.
You're not jealous, are you?
I try not to be. For so long, all of Jerry's time and energy, his very life has been spent on her and her endless problems. And there's no time left for us.
This could change it.
How?
By helping Blaine, you'd also be helping Jerry.
I never thought of it that way. I mean, some of the pressure would be off it for him, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know.
Look, you don't have to make up your mind right now. Why don't you just think about it for a while? Talking to you has helped. Ms. Holloway, give me some laundry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Just give yourself some time.
I will.
Well, I think you made an excellent choice. Pat's perfect to initiate Bravo overseas.
Yes. But it's going to leave quite a void in our home office.
Yes. I was thinking of that myself.
We have to be sure that Bravo's management doesn't suffer because of Pat's absence.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Do you have anyone to suggest as a temporary replacement?
Well, I would say that Cecile is a logical choice.
Yes, of course. We have to give her careful consideration.
I mean, she's had a lot of experience in the magazine, and she's been involved in almost every aspect of its production at one time or another.
That's very true. But actually, at the moment, Pat and I have someone else in mind. Someone whose work and whose dedication to the firm I've always admired so much.
Who?
You, Jamie. I want you to take over Bravo in Pat's absence. And Pat agrees with me. I just had an official memo from her recommending you for the job.
Mac, I don't know. I don't know if that's such a good idea.
I think it's an excellent idea.
Yes, but not too long ago, you took away all my responsibilities in the magazine.
But, Jamie, at that time, you had so many projects going on all at the same time. This is going to be very different. What do you say, Jamie?
I don't know. Your confidence in me means a lot to me.
I mean every word of it.
I know you do. Listen, would you mind if I took a day or two to think it over?
Oh, of course not. But don't take too long. I want to see you back at the helm, which is where you belong.
All right. Thank you, Mac.
Nope. And while you're at it, I wonder if you'd think about something else.
Sure, what is it?
Well, I saw Cecile last night, and she told me about the disagreement that you two had.
Oh, well, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, nothing for you to be concerned about.
I just want to see you happy. I had to watch my marriage fall apart. I don't want to see that happen to you and Cecile.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's hard for things to run smoothly.
I know, Jamie. But in the end, it's worth all the hurt and suffering that you have to go through. I know the one thing in my life I will always cherish is that indescribable, warm feeling you carry inside of you when you're living your life with the woman that you love.
You're talking about Mom, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And there's one other thing I'd like to say to you.
What?
I know you don't like Amanda living apart from your mother. I don't like it either. But Jamie, having her with me is the one thing that's gotten me through this terrible time.
But Mac, you know that Mom would let you see her whenever you wanted.
Perhaps. Still, it wouldn't be the same. She makes coming home to that house bearable. In a way, it's almost as if I were coming home to Rachel. There's so much of Rachel in her. Sometimes when I watch her playing, I hear Rachel laugh or I see her smile. If Amanda were taken away from me, I would be losing the one bond that still holds me to Rachel. We both love Amanda so much.
I just wish there was something I could do to make things better.
There isn't, Jamie.
Maybe not. But I do think I have a clearer understanding of what's going on. And well, Mac, you've always been there for me. And if you ever want to talk, I'm here to listen. And that goes both ways.
Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Oh, yes, you did. Much more than you know.
So what's so urgent that I had to come over here?
This is important. I need your advice.
Okay, what's it about?
Well, Jerry came over today, and he asked me to post Blaine's bail money.
And?
And I know what I want to do. I just don't know what I should do.
Well, you certainly have got enough money to cover it. What do you want to do?
Well, it's obvious. It's just that I don't know if I should. I mean, she has caused Jerry and me nothing but trouble.
Now, that's enough, kid.
This isn't like you. I can get the money from Dad. You know that. You shouldn't be threatened by Blaine. Jerry loves you. I'm sure of that.
Well, how can you be sure if I'm not?
Because I can tell. I've seen him with you, and a guy can't lie about a thing like that.
He's crazy about you.
Maybe I'm being a little silly.
A little. Yeah.
I talked to Marianne.
You did? And what did she say?
Well, she said that, in a way, the person I'd really be helping would be Jerry.
Yes, I think she's got a point there.
I'd do anything in the world for him.
So?
So, I'm going to arrange to withdraw some money.
And no silent grudges, huh?
No silent grudges, Doc.
Yeah, thanks. According to Jason, Jess is furious over what happened to Jordan. He is going to close down the arena and the escort service.
Sounds like he means business.
I'm just afraid that he doesn't decide to come here, take over all these operations himself.
Melissa, that would be disastrous.
Oh.
And that's just one step closer to Ilsa, and that wouldn't be any good for you either.
I know. Jason's promised to take care of me. He says he won't let them send me back to Ilsa.
It's great. Just hope he can keep that promise.
What about you?
I don't know. Like I told you before, I guess I'm going to have that little talk with Mac Cory.
Promise?
Yeah, promise. Doesn't look like I've got any other choice, does it?
Where were you last night?
I was over at Sandy's. We both had a little bit too much to drink, and I didn't think it was a good idea to drive home.
Oh, why didn't you call? It's the least you could do.
Yeah, well, I did call. But you were over at Mac's, crying on his shoulder about what a terrible husband I am.
I did no such thing.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Jamie, why did Mac want to see you today?
How do you know about that?
Well, I do work at the complex.
So you know about Pat going to London?
So?
So I'm going to be taking over for her.
You?
Yeah, you having a problem with that?
No. No, I guess I should have expected it anyway.
What do you mean?
I mean that Brava is the solution to all our problems, so Mac probably realized that when he offered you the job.
What are you talking about?
Jamie, Mac knows that we're having money problems. And he's probably just looking for a way to increase your salary.
How does he know we're having money problems?
Because I told him.
We have got to find Jordan's book. Now, I think it might be the key to this case that we need. I want you to think back to the shooting.
No, Jerry.
Please, Blaine, it's crucial. I want you to think back to the last time that you saw that book.
I already told you. Jordan had it in his hands when he came at me.
And what happened then?
I don't know. He must have dropped it when the gun went off.
Blaine, are you sure he dropped it?
I don't know, Jerry. All I know is that I didn't have it when I ran out of the house that night.
Well, then it must still be there. And if it's there, we'll find it, Blaine.
I just don't know what to do. I mean, Mom says that Sandy should tell Mac, and I don't agree.
Why not?
It'll just make Jamie even more insecure, that's all.
It's Mac's business. I think you ought to let him handle it.
But it's my business. It's my son.
I've told you before. I just think you ought to stay out of it.
But something's happening to somebody I love very much, and I feel so helpless.
I think you're getting worked up over nothing. From what I can tell, Jamie and Mac are loyal to each other.
What's the matter?
Jamie came by here this morning.
Here?
Looking for you.
What happened?
Well, the usual. I've gone out of my way because I know how important he is to you, but I've almost run out of patience. I mean, I try to get through to him, but he just doesn't give.
Well, it's what you said. You know, he and Mac are very close.
Right. Well, that might be. But I'm not going to beg for his acceptance, not even your son's.
Look, I'm sorry he was hard on you.
It's all right. It's not your fault. I can handle it.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.